I guess you sent this over. Strange sightings in Little Egypt.
Yeah.
Dude, cryptids live in southern Illinois.
Have y'all ever been to southern Illinois? I fucking believe it.
I haven't. I've driven through southern Illinois, like to get to Wisconsin, but otherwise no. But
yeah, I've never been either.
So it's a hot spot though. Like Illinois is. I think no, I probably haven't driven through southern Illinois. It's probably Indiana.
Yeah, I've been through. Wait, no, yeah, southern Illinois. We go through. When we take our yearly trip, usually we kind of go up and around, and we go through the very bottom of Illinois, then over into Kentucky, I think. But we go through like Cairo, which is spelled like Cairo, but you pronounce it Cairo because dirt. But I mean, it looks like where you would see cryptids. It's just all run down and quiet. And fucking, and there's rivers and marshlands and shit. So yeah, I can see it. And there's a story in here. There we go. Where she's talking about she's seen the fucking the Bigfoot in the road.
Yeah.
Realized it wasn't a cougar. It was actually crouched down in the middle of the road holding something. We sat there and was watching it. It stood up and it was huge. All I could focus on was his eyes, yellow, red, glowing eyes. Her daughter said, "Was that Bigfoot, Mommy?" It's crazy, man, because they're talking about these sightings as people laugh at her and call her crazy. And say she's a liar, and but apparently Southern Illinois is just full. There's Tuttle, goddamn ad loaded right in the middle of a paragraph. I hate when that shit happens. The Tuttle Bottoms monster, the Big Muddy monster, big black cats, giant snakes, little red men. I mean, apparently Southern Illinois is banging.
Well, and with water and tributaries and all that, there's a big, as we've learned, with cryptids and weird things happening, because there's always a lot of death in these towns. You know what I'm saying? Where boats could meet up, and the concentration of stuff that happens, early on in the history when Europeans were settling the United States or whatever, when they were running out the Indians and killing everyone.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, that's what they did.
Your civilizations came up around water and stuff because you need water. So there's a lot of bad juju around places like that, and I mean. And again, you see the connection between cryptid sightings and alien encounters and stuff in water. So maybe there's something to there being so much in marshlands and shit, especially with the giant snakes and the fucking and like the Bigfoot type monsters. I feel like those would be right at home in some marshlands or down by the river,
Because the animals are going to be there too.
Yeah.
The wildlife is going to be around the water as well. And like the big muddy monster was, and this article's long. It's part of the southern.com is where it's from. It's a pretty lengthy article. I read all of it. But that monster the sightings peaked on the 70s and 80s. And there was one in here where they seen this one guy hunts or has been studying it. It's so far down. But come on now, Virgil Smith. I guess he's part of he hunts this stuff, you know what I'm saying? And he's a scientist type deal. And there was one that a long-snouted creature began being a hairy, long-snouted creature in the 60s was being seen. Well, he figured out that there was a local zoo that the guy wasn't taking care of his animals, and they gave him 48 hours, and the federal government was going to come in and take them. So what he did was just release them.
Oh my God!
So like there's a giant anteater, hairy anteater, African anteater, or whatever, that he let loose. And he's got his family and friends that he took them down through and scattered them throughout southern Illinois and released them.
Oh,
giant
shit.
Anteater from Africa, Smith said. The description of the anteater lined up quite well with the description witnesses provided of the Tuttle Bottoms monster. So, like he looks at the scientific, he don't write anyone off. He's like, okay, I believe you, but let's look at facts and let's research, and that's what he did. And then the guy also released an old orangutan was among the animals he set loose, which likely explained this sighting. The hairy primate seen in Massac County.
Hang on, I'll be right back. Yo, vamp.
So, that right there tells you that this guy's researching stuff, looking into it, and furthering the studies of it, or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah. No.
Do what?
Oh, I was just agreeing with you.
But like he said, cryptozoology is it's a lot of things are unbelievable, and even like the giant squid was considered a cryptid, and only people that have seen it were sailors back in the day. Well, it wasn't first discovered like by scientific community and everyone. So technically, the giant squid was a cryptid until 2006.
So
it made it off. I do believe that cryptids are just undiscovered animals.
Yeah, and that's why the scientific community has a hard time with these cryptids. Because it's like, well, look at the giant squid; it's real. Like it's not fake, and but it's hard to prove that they're real because you can't find them. It might take a long ass time because the giant squid had been depicted for, the Kraken or whatever. You know what I'm saying? For hundreds of years. Where these sailors were out in the middle of the ocean. You don't have a camera, you can't take pictures, and they're getting attacked by these giant ass squids.
Nobody wants to believe the crazy sailor got attacked by a squid.
Yeah, they've been on the ocean for months,
Bored as hell.
Yeah. I didn't even know there was a Little Egypt there.
I didn't know there was like Little Egypt. I knew there was a Cairo, but I didn't know it was. Yeah. I don't know if they're connected or whatever, but man.
Now that I say that, I kind of vaguely remember something about it, but
seems familiar-ish.
Yeah, and like in this article saying, back in the day, people didn't want to talk about Bigfoot because you got scolded, you got made fun of. You know what I'm saying? So everyone shut up about it. They just stopped. They wouldn't.
Yeah.
They went. I seen Bigfoot. It wasn't accepted, and now with the internet and forums and everything, it's more acceptable. And people have. Like this article, something about embrace it as lovable mascots, but people have embraced it because there's financial opportunity now.
Yeah.
To embrace it because people will come out and take pictures and will rent hotel rooms and shop at local businesses to go and Like the Mothman Museum.
Yeah. And fucking all the little Bigfoot stops and like the Bigfoot festivals and stuff. And
I would love to go to like a Bigfoot thing.
Shit, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like a little Bigfoot town where it was being seen and just like you had items, you know, just the same way with the Mothman. Like that was going to be something that was planned this year, kind of, to go to the Mothman Museum. But I mean, this shit that happened, 2020 happened. You know what I mean?
Fucking 2020.
2020
like
did its stupid thing.
We talked about going to the Grand Canyon. I mean, Jim Jam and his family, you know, like, I want to go, you know, maybe next year sometime.
Right.
But like, you know, if you could get a cheap enough RV or whatever, or van, big enough van to get in, and you rent it. But, you know, hit like Route 66 if you can get there on that road and just hit little spots, you know, on the way. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There. Would just be cool, you know?
That'd be cool just to travel, you know, just comfortable enough that you can stop at all these little places. Oh, it's the fucking, you know, there's a Bigfoot thing, or oh, it's the biggest fucking ball of twine, or, you know, oh, let's go look at this giant chair, you know?
Yeah, if you took a week vacation, you know, just say like a traveling, and it's like, okay, well, and if you had an RV, if you know, I don't know how expensive an RV is for a week. I mean, you'd have to be able to afford gas, but you could sleep in it. You know what I mean? And then you wouldn't have to rent. You just stop at rest stops or wherever, sleep in it. You know, free campgrounds or something, and hit up all these little small roadsides. You know, and the touristy stuff that they used to do back in the day.
Yeah.
And maybe, or just drive around and plan out cryptid stuff would be really cool.
That'd be neat.
You know what I'm saying? Like the little shops, UFO places, and all that stuff. That'd be really cool if there's places out there like that. I don't know if
there is.
Yeah, there's definitely enough out there that you could do a whole road trip based on just little cryptid spots.
End up at the Grand Canyon in a few days. You know what I'm saying? Like, back. You know, come on back. You know,
take a different route back and hit places you missed on the way there.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely has to be planned with a week. You know, you'd really have to. I mean, you know, 2 days down.
It'd have to be at least a week, no less.
Yeah. Something fun like that would be cool, you know?
Yeah.
I just looking it up on a well-known RV site. It's $185 a night, so it would be.
Whew.
Yeah, it'd be like almost $1,000 to rent that for a week. I don't know if that's unlimited mileage or not.
Yeah, fuck that.
Yeah.
That'd be $1,400. Which, I mean, $187 a night is what you're going to average for a hotel.
Yeah, especially if you're traveling.
Hotel. I mean.
Yeah, but I mean, you're traveling with a group of people, so I mean, it's going to be fucking expensive. Yeah. You know, unless you want to pack everybody into one room.
Yeah, I mean, but like with an RV, it's gas too, but you could bring your own food.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Little camping stove. I mean, you could cook in the thing too, but you know what I mean? It would be cool. If you brought all your own food and you didn't really stop and eat anywhere, you know, you brought good, decent food. I mean, hell, you wouldn't really need to. And so, yeah, I mean, well, $1,000. I mean, you think you go on a trip, you know.
I wonder how many miles it is, because I think it's $175 for 500 miles.
Oh, it's probably less longer than that.
They're gonna charge you by the day, then by the mile.
I would have to research it.
I'd have to look around. I mean,
that seems underhanded.
Yeah, I would have to research it more.
Yeah, I mean, gas alone would be fucking outrageous for an RV.
Oh yeah, it'd have to be.
But you could get like a little Winnebago instead of like a massive fucking RV. Maybe.
Or even like an Airstream, you know, just tow it behind the fucking car.
Well, yeah, you'd have to tow that though.
Yeah, no. Well, the whole point was. It don't matter.
Yeah, we're just fantasy land over here.
Yeah.
But